This last week 4 feedback video is on the questions relating to the correspondence between Abigail and John Adams. John Adams was a key leader at time of independence and later became the USA's second president. Abigail writes to him, and remember this is 1776, they are in Philadelphia debating what would eventually become the Declaration of Independence. Abigail advises John that while they're discussing these great issues, they should think of the ladies, remember the ladies. She appeals that women's rights should be respected because all men would be tyrants within their own household, and that women are threatening to, quote, declare an independency. So essentially, she's saying, just as you're talking about declaring independence from Britain, women should declare independence from male rule. John Adams's response is to say that it's bad enough we're already being accused of subversion, of encouraging apprentices, Negroes, that is the slaves, and children of being disobedient to their masters. And now you're saying that women should also disobey men. So he's referring to this general sense of radicalism and social turmoil, and the criticisms that people like him are being having leveled against them. That they are going to create all sorts of problems if they declare independence. Everybody will want to rebel. The tone is kind of light and mocking. Some historians comment that this is a joke. Both sides of the correspondence are a bit of a joke, that Abigail is gently making fun of John Adams's and his colleagues' deliberations at Philadelphia, and he's treating her call for independence as a bit of a joke as well. And he finishes by saying that men are already controlled by women, that women already control the household, men are already under their sway, and if women have political control as well, men will have no freedom at all. Again, this is clearly a bit of a joke, but it does play into popular stereotypes at the time, which brings me to the third question, which is what attitudes it reveals. It reveals that even though the correspondence may be a joke, there is pressure for greater rights for women. A few examples of that are used in the chapter of how opportunities are opening up for women. Even though women were not able to vote, take part in the deliberations around independence, they're often heavily involved in the revolutionary movement, for example, in organising the boycotting of British goods. This is raising hopes for women to have greater rights. The Enlightenment, the great intellectual movement of the time, was ambiguous for women. It stressed liberty and independence, but also it tended to stress that women should remain in traditional roles. We see these kind of traditional stereotypes in the way that John Adams refers to the idea that men are already under women's power, the joke that women control the household and men are already under female control. So there's really no need for women to make this revolution to declare the independency that they seek. And the fact that it is treated as a joke shows how, for many people, the idea that women should have equal rights was completely outside of any serious consideration.